gets to rock. What do we do here on Sway TV? We shop.
Yo, suit up! Inhale.
I literally just inhaled a fly.
The most hilarious thing that has ever happened to me on live Amazon television.
Would you like to be a Sway TV host?
Yes! Here we go.
Mark says, I thought I changed your life. Oh, you're gonna make me cry.
We made history here on Amazon Live. Would you ask her out again?
I just got like goosebumps.
So thank you for inspiring us here at Sway TV, Clay.
Oh my goodness. We haven't the when you get a minute.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen
Or
There he is.
Or a Sharpie.
You just seen Brian
Ooh.
Rader.
I know, he was on. There's me. Friday night I do a game night. You should come one night.
Game night.
We give away
I'm
a
in.
bunch of giveaways and it's fun.
Stand by, you switched it. Switch it back to open, please.
What will it be?
Everyone is holding their breath.
I have our winner.
I'm so excited, I can't even stand it.
I cannot make this up.
We are awarding you with the PS5 as well.
6, 5,
4, 3,
2, 1.
Talk to all your friends and your family. Let them know about Sway TV.
Sway TV is here to stay. Thank you, Amazon.
Thank you, Sway TV.
Shop attainment all the time.
'Tis the season of the comfy.
We in the house. We having fun. We doing the thing. We swaying.
2 thumbs up. Woo!
Sway TV #1, baby.
Here we go for you.
Let's sway.
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 Let's go. Let's sway. Stay tuned. Woo!
Welcome to Sway TV. My name is Sally Colon, and you are watching Sally's Book Club. And normally I have authors on, but I've decided that I'm going to extend the show. And so today I'm super excited because we have actor, executive producer, and writer of Paradise City on Amazon Video. Hey, what's up? Lorenzo Antonucci.
Thank you, Sally.
You know what?
for
We
having
should
me.
toast. We should toast. We should toast.
Hey.
Woo! Cheers! I have
Brian.
my Brian Rader mug right here.
Coffee
and then
talk.
Yeah, I'm getting to it. All right. So we are so excited because I was gonna give this to Lorenzo during the show, but then he wanted coffee. So we actually made him his own mug, Paradise City mug. How cute is that?
And Sway TV.
And Sway TV.
It really is an honor, and thank you so much. You're making me You're making me feel very special.
Aw,
Thank you.
Lorenzo. So I'm really super stoked about having you on the show because for several reasons. Number one, you're an amazing actor. I actually watched the show last night, Paradise City. I had heard about it. I heard you talking about it on Clubhouse in Brian's room, and I was like, I gotta check out that Paradise City. So last night I checked it out. It's actually great because I'm in the music industry too.
Nice.
So, my kids are singers. My ex-husband is a producer, music. He was in a band called Shiny Toy Guns. So I love music. I love music shows. So I thought this is great to have you on the show. But I want to hear all about, number one, you're one of the writers.
Yep.
You're one of the executive producers.
Yes.
And you're one of the lead actors.
Yeah, definitely.
And you happen to be Puerto Riqueño.
Claro que sí. Huepa.
You guys know I'm Puerto Rican, and so of course I had to have one of my Puerto Rican, actors on. So tell me about the show and why you decided to write it. What was the inspiration?
Well, the inspiration is pretty much loosely off of a movie called American Satan, and it's just a continuation of the band and some of the managers and some of the singer's girlfriend of that world. And the creator, Ash, wanted to, go out and do this as a music television show that's more modern and kind of focus on what rock and metal and, alternative is today for this genre. And show the world of, the indie labels, the major labels, the managers, the agents, the entire entourage model that was for the entertainment acting world, but this is for, rock and roll music. So we like to say it's Nashville meets Entourage. Or
Nice.
Or Empire meets Entourage,
Yeah, absolutely. And you were also in Ballers.
Mm-hmm. I was on 2 episodes of that.
Yes, and then I saw something you were on with, who's the wrestler? I can't think of him right now.
Oh.
The bald wrestler.
Oh, The Rock?
Yes.
Yeah, well, that's Ballers.
Oh, that's Ballers. Okay, because I haven't seen Ballers myself, so I was like, he was with The Rock? I mean, you must be cool if you were on a show with The Rock.
Yeah, he's a great guy, honestly.
Is he?
Yes,
was he fun to work with?
Yes, he was fun to work with, and it was a great moment to meet him and talk to him about the wrestling history because, you know...
Because you were a wrestler too.
Well, I trained for wrestling, and I was trying to get into the WWE, and I was, training with Rikishi, his cousin, and long story short, my bloodline and my mother's cousin, who I call him my uncle because he's Uncle Maneco, he's Jose Estrada, famous wrestler in Puerto Rico.
Okay.
So when Rob Weiss and we were all blocking the scene, he told The Rock, he goes, yo, tell him who your uncle is. And he's like, who's your uncle? I say, Jose Estrada. He goes, the wrestler? He was like, oh, wow, because, his father, his grandfather, his uncle, Peter Maivia, Rocky Johnson, they all wrestled together with Jose Estrada, and that's a whole, family legacy, which was a cool way to bond instead of some Hollywood,
Okay, I like it.
Normal stuff. So at least... I mean, that to me was a moment that I'll never forget. That he tuned in right there. He was like, "Whoa!" 'Cause that's what he grew up on.
See, connection is everything, right?
Yeah.
Somebody says something that you're connected with or that you resonate with. You're like, "Whoa!" Immediately, you give attention to it, right? So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So you said you tried wrestling. We'll get back to Paradise City, but what happened? You tried it.
I think what happened with me was that I tried to jump in the game too late. And I was 35 or 36, and I didn't have any idea about acting. I had no idea about anything. I came to Hollywood, and I went for it. And the training was gruesome. I mean, it's grueling because it's very, very brutal on the body.
I can imagine.
But I called Jose Estrada, Maneco, my family, and he goes, "You're crazy." He goes, I started at 20 years old. I didn't get to Madison Square Garden until I was 27.
Right.
That was the kind of, and he's like, "You're starting at 35. You're crazy." And I was like, "Yeah, but I'm super athletic. I'm big. I got the long hair.
Yeah.
I'm Puerto Rican, Italian. I could be like The Rock from Queen." And he was like, "Okay." He was just because he's been through it all. So that gave me, that kind of took the wind out of my sails from immediately, and then cut to I fell on my neck one time, and I was like, all right, I'm good.
Yeah,
I'm
done.
I'm kind of not
done and done. Let's go to acting.
Yeah, and then my friend Joey that I was training with in the school, he's the one that put me into. He got me into acting, Joey Gayton.
Hey, Joey. Was he Italian?
No, he's Mexican.
Yeah, really?
Mexicano.
Because listen, Joey, Tony, you know what I mean? Those are Italian
Joey
names.
with a cat named Rambo.
What?
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Yeah,
okay, we're going to do a quick reset. So I do an NBC reset.
Okay.
Ready? Hey, if you're just joining us, my name is Sally Colon, and you're watching Sally's Book Club, and I'm here with Lorenzo Antonucci, who is Italiano, last name Antonucci, and he happens to be part Puerto Riqueño, which you guys know, I am Boricua, I'm Puerto Rican, so of course I had to have Lorenzo on the show. Yeah. How many times do people call you Antonito? Come on.
A lot.
Because I know I'm not the only one that called you Anthony.
No.
Because your last name is Antonucci.
Yeah.
And you're Italiano.
Yeah. Half and half. My mother's Puerto Rican from Vega Alta, and my father's
my gosh, I've been there. Okay.
Yeah, and my father's from Naples, Italy.
Okay, good. So you have obviously had arroz con gandules, con pollo guisao, plátanos.
Limbe.
Quenepa. Quenepa.
Arroz con leche.
Oh my
what about this?
Yes.
Let's talk about the egg inside the malta.
Oh,
egg inside the malta, you put it with sugar and you mix it up.
Oh
and you
my
drink
gosh, you know
that's
what?
Real Boricua.
That is real Boricua, and also white rice with an egg on top with some ketchup. Mm-hmm. That's another thing.
Salt and pepper.
And if you grew up like me with no money, it was Wonder Bread with sugar rolled up. Do you ever do that?
Yes. Yes.
Stop
Absolutely.
it. Stop it. Oh my gosh. So we are here with Lorenzo Antonucci from Paradise City. He's the writer, executive producer, and actor. And so season 1, from what I hear, went straight up to the top of the charts immediately.
Yeah.
People love the show. Tell me about that.
Yeah, we charted on iTunes as #1 TV show.
Wow.
We charted on Amazon Prime, #1 TV show. I mean, not Amazon Prime, Amazon Transactional. There's a difference because Amazon Prime is how you can view it for streaming for
Yes.
free, in theory. But they're Google Play, Fandango,
Nice.
all those platforms. It charted, and it really was, like, kind of surprised us, because we don't have a major studio behind it.
Right.
And the marketing is just the cast and internally our studio,
Right.
So it was it's kind of I don't know, it's sometimes it's like, wow, we just cracked the code, or wow, are we just nuts?
You just never know though in the
Yeah.
industry, like what's gonna hit, right?
Yeah.
Like you can have, like I worked for a company that they had like 100 movies in the can, and they put them out, nothing went, and then one of their movies like blew up. So you don't know what's gonna resonate with the audience. So good on you.
Yeah.
That you found the show that resonates with your audience, that immediately rose up to the top, which is congratulations on that.
Thank you. Yeah,
right?
thank you.
So when you're writing, Exploring Pudgy is here. What's up, Exploring with Pudgy? Can I be in your film? He wants to be in your film, Lorenzo. What do you say?
We'll call you.
Have your people call my people.
Have your
There you
people
go.
call my people, and we'll figure it out.
That's awesome. Thank you, Exploring with Pudgy, for being with us.
That's awesome.
Tell all your friends that we're here live. Get your friends in here in the chat. Let them know, and let us know that they're here. So you're a writer. So what is usually the inspiration for writing an episode? And which episodes did you write, and what was the inspiration behind each of those?
I'm a writer on episode 3 and 4.
Okay.
And pretty much as an executive producer, there's all my creativity as far as those services that I rendered was on everything. Like it's just everywhere. There's
Right.
scenes or ideas or
Yes.
just things, just really. But I'm credited on 3 and 4, and that's mainly like where the character Paulie and the overall world is really focused on.
Yes.
On a lot of those episodes. So that's a lot of my world that I created and
Okay.
the world that I wrote on. And
Absolutely.
and obviously, but all over the series, there's there's just
Little bits and pieces here and
it just
there. Right,
just
okay.
spreads out because we're in Ash really did write most of it, so
Okay.
he was it's just like, yo, what if that was
Yeah.
she's doing this and now she's it's just so it's hard to like say which one it is
Sure.
on the terms of everything else, but that's kind of like what some of the executive producers do, from what I'm told, because this is still somewhat new to me and
Okay.
us, like as being I know that executive producers on television shows,
Yeah.
they're on the creative side
Mm-hmm.
of things, or the writing side of things, so mainly and that's where that is, and
Yeah.
the inspiration is
Awesome.
being in a band. I was in a band called
Okay.
Sworn Enemy
That's
and
right.
toured the world
Yes.
for 10 years. And
We have a helicopter going through. Hey,
Helicopters.
they're here to see you. I think it's a paparazzi.
hey, well, at least it's not a helicopter dumping water on fire.
Hey, that's true. Thank God for that, because we
Thank
have
God
our
for
big
that.
fires in LA.
Yeah.
So Sworn Enemy.
Yeah, so we Ash and myself and a lot of other people that's involved are all pretty much from the world of music.
Okay.
We were in bands, we were executives in labels, or Ash is a owner of the label,
Right.
and a rock and metal label that's thriving, it's doing really well.
Right.
Smashing Pumpkins just came out on
Awesome.
Sumerian. So
Really?
there's a
They're
lot-
still
yeah.
around?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that is, our world is, we come from music, and I guess the best thing that we could tell, the best that we could do it is by telling the story from an authentic standpoint. Because we
Absolutely.
lived it, you know, we were in the vans, we were in the RVs, we were in the buses. We had the tires blow up on the road. We've been, you know, the fighting on the road, the
Because
bands.
that happens.
Oh, it's
Come on,
brutal.
that happens.
It's brutal. It's
Listen, there's a reason why bands break up, okay? One Direction, which happens to be one of my daughter's favorite. I was in a Latin girl group signed to DreamWorks. Suzanne DePass was our manager. We broke up. You know, there's always the one or two. The one or two that want the stardom more than the rest.
Yeah.
And they're like, listen, if I can't get the camera more than this person, I'm out.
Yeah.
Did that happen with you guys?
Well, I
You can tell us.
typically don't know if that's what happened with Sworn Enemy. I think that a lot of people in Sworn Enemy were, you know, burnt out.
Okay.
And, you know, when you're burnt out and you see that the band isn't growing, it does take the wind out of your sails.
Right.
So I think that was a lot, because I don't think it was anything about the spotlight, because, I mean, when we were on stage, we were all shining, you know, we were all, and we were all characters, you know, everybody had their own little shtick about them. But with Paradise City, it does show how it can be, and ego destroys everything. The worst thing a human can have is a horrible ego.
Yes.
Please
say that.
Please just remove your ego.
Remove the ego. Leave it at the door, okay?
Just stop it, because you don't do everything on your own. You have
Yes.
55 people that help you do your thing, and there's no I in team, and it's
Yes,
none
preach
of
right
us
there.
is smarter than all of us. So stop
Love
with
that.
the egos, because that to me is I just can't be around.
You sound
people.
so passionate about that.
Yeah, because it's just disgusting.
It is.
Because I'm surrounded around so many
I mean,
people
it's the
that are full of
entertainment
ego.
industry,
Yeah.
Lorenzo.
Yeah. Oh,
There's so much ego in this industry, and you have to, you yourself, right, have to be the better person that doesn't get like pulled into the junk that happens in our industry.
Yeah.
Right? I could tell when you walked in, very humble. You have a great publicist, Camille. She's like on top of it. Good for you for having a fabulous publicist. But just came in humble, wasn't cocky, left his ego at the door, if you even have that, you know, and just kind and sweet. So thank you. I appreciate that. You know, because it's business. You don't find too many people that are humble the way you are. So I appreciate you being that way. I want to say hi to Diego. Diego is my co-host usually. I haven't met Diego, but he's like my co-host. He's on the chat right now.
Hey,
Diego's
Diego.
around 10 years old. And on Fridays, he's my co-host. So he helps me, you know, keep everything on check. I love him. I haven't met him, but he's amazing. And I'm all about like raising up the youngins. I have 2 teenage girls that I'm raising right now.
Really? Oh, well,
Yes,
find out.
come on now.
I didn't think
so
that.
Lord help me, you know. But yeah,
It's
so
that Boricua blood.
oh yeah, my kids, and
that
they
Boricua
try.
blood.
They try. Let me tell you, they try to push from like. Espérate. Excuse me.
Espérate.
Excuse me. No. But Diego says. So Diego says hi. This is Lorenzo. For those of you that are just joining us, this is Lorenzo Antonucci. He's part Italian, part Puerto Rican. So you know he's my peeps. He's on a show that he writes. He's an executive producer and one of the lead actors of Paradise City that you can watch on Amazon Video. So make sure you check that out. First season
Please.
has how many episodes?
8.
8 episodes, and he's introduced in the second episode, but make sure you watch the whole thing.
Yep.
It's fabulous. It's all already on there. It's a really fun show. It has music. There's some edginess. There's a little bit of, you know, there's some stuff that we can't talk about on Amazon, but it's a fantastic show. You know, it's not, I think kids can watch. It's PG-13, right?
Yeah.
PG-13? Yeah. So it's a good show. I think you guys would really enjoy it. So make sure you check that out. Lorenzo, he's amazing. And then what are some of the other shows that you have done?
Ballers. I was on a
Rob Rice.
Yeah, Rob Weiss
Yes.
is
He's
a
always on
brother.
Clubhouse.
Yeah, that's like my older brother right there.
That's awesome.
Love
He's
Rob.
great.
Days of Our Lives.
Oh,
like 4 episodes.
Really?
Yeah,
wait, what was your character? That was like one of my favorite all-time soap operas.
I was just one of Victor Kiriakis.
That's Jennifer Aniston's father.
Yep.
I don't think people know that.
Yeah, people don't know that.
That's so funny. Okay.
Yeah, and he's the Greek mobster.
I love him.
And I manifested Days of Our Lives because.
Tell me about that. That's
because
amazing.
My ex-wife was a big fan. Jasmine, shout out to Jasmine.
What's that,
Una
Jasmine?
Boricua.
Otra Boricua.
And we have
coño.
our publicist is un Boricua, Jasmine and Camille. So that's a lot of Boricuas right
There's a
there.
lot of Boricuas going on here. We might have to play a little Mark Anthony at the end.
Yes.
Let's go.
Or Tito Puente.
Cue that up, or
whichever.
Tito Puente, or Celia Cruz. We'll figure it out.
Or Nicky Jam, whichever.
Or Ricky Martin. I mean, we could go all J-Lo. We could go all day. Let's go.
But what happened, I think with the, where was I? I'm in like Puerto Rico.
We were talking about Puerto Rico. I'm on the island too. So wait, let's come back. Let's come back.
Where are
Puerto
we?
Rico's taking us right now at the island.
Hold on, I'm thinking about the island.
Wait, we were talking about Victor Kiriakis.
Yes, so
your ex-wife.
So she got me into Days of Our Lives because she used to watch it, and I'd be like, "Yo, what are you doing watching these soap operas?" I used to make fun of her.
Novelas.
And I was like, my mom used to watch the novelas, and I was like, all right, I'll start watching. So I got into it by default, and I fell in love with the show. And then one day I was drunk somewhere, and I don't drink. I haven't had a drink in 7 years.
Good for you. We'll talk about that too.
Yeah, I have.
Awesome.
I was in my friend Lexi's place called Rumors on Jamaica Avenue by my house in Queens. And I was drunk, and I was like, one day I'm going to be on Days of Our Lives, watch. And I had no idea about acting. This was like 10 years ago. I didn't know if I was ever going to, I didn't even know how to get into the acting world. And I'm at the Rainbow Room here.
Yes, on Sunset.
A couple of years later. And I see the kid, Casey, who plays JJ. And I'm like, yo, you're on Days of Our Lives. He goes, how did you know? Like, he just couldn't believe.
You're not the kind of guy watching Days of Our Lives.
I was like, I'm actually a fan. Then I was a fan. I hadn't watched the show in a while, and I ain't gonna front. I loved it when I was, up until I was in it, and then I just started falling out of it, after I got it out of my system. And he's like, and he and I became friends, and he was into like rock and metal, and I liked his band, and I was just, him and I became friends. Yeah, cool. And shout out to Casey. Casey Moss.
What's up, Casey?
Love Casey. He's my boy. He was like, yo, I was like, bro, I want to get on the show. He's like, what should I do? And he had no idea. He was one of the stars. I'm like, I don't know, connect me to the casting director. So he connects me to Marnie, and she's like, I love when my actors, bring me other actors. And I went in, I read for the role, and I booked it, and then I was on 4 episodes.
That's okay. So because you talked about your wife being a fan, were you guys still married when you were on the show? No, dang it.
No, but I was sending her pictures from set.
Oh, you're
so
like,
happy.
look where I am.
Yeah,
we're
we're still close. So she was
so
very happy to see that and hear that. And
good for you.
And she knows that she was a part of that manifestation.
Yeah. So let's talk about manifestation, just because I don't want to like skip over it. Listen. I love that you just shared that story, because for those of you that don't understand manifestation or prayer, like for me, I'm a pastor's kid, so I manifest through prayer and talking to God. Lorenzo, he just put it out there. Listen, I want to do that, and then I feel like when you make a plan, God meets you where you're at, and then He makes it happen. So that's what it sounded like happened to you. I manifested things as well. I love it. So make sure that you guys like believe in yourself, manifest things, say things out loud, write something on your mirror, like this is what I want to do. Vision boards are really popular with teen girls. My girls have done vision boards with me, like what are your dreams? Put it out there. I mean, listen, come on now. I'm trying to manifest Brad Pitt. It hasn't happened yet, but listen, I'm manifesting every day Brad Pitt. Can you hear me? Because he's single. Is he single, or is he dating that French model? Come on, whatever. So
visualize it into existence.
Absolutely.
That's it.
Yeah, Diego is laughing. Exploring Pudgy says, I manifested a beer bottle, and it worked. Wow. So, let's segue to that. So you talked about being sober.
Yeah.
My dad was sober. My dad actually became sober the day I told him I was pregnant with my first daughter. So he was sober for 15 years before he passed away. But tell me your journey of becoming sober.
Well, I mean, I started drinking probably with my Uncle Billy, who passed away from cancer. Billy, he was always watching lucha. He always wanted to watch wrestling.
Lucha's wrestling in Spanish. Yeah, lucha.
And he would always do it on Saturdays and upstairs. He lived upstairs from me at the time, and I used to go and drink Budweisers with him. At like 13 years old.
The cheap beer, right?
That's the start. We're smoking Winston's. That's Puerto Rican.
Oh, the Winston and Malta for later.
And Malta, yeah. So I started at a young age, and then being in a band touring the world was that was 10 years of abuse on my liver.
Ouch.
So I
Ouch on
I
that.
drank enough for 30 people, and one day when I first moved out here, I was like, and you know what's funny, because being my first movie was, you know, it was a smaller movie, but you know, Ice-T, you know, graced us. He came and helped us out and got in the movie and did it for us.
That's
and
great.
He was an awesome, you know, he's an awesome guy. I mean, I love Ice, and he definitely did us a big solid. Him and Coco both came in and did a cameo for this big party scene.
Right.
And him and I were talking, and he must have seen me. We must have went out with him a year before that in Vegas for New Year's of 2013 or something, and he was like, he's like, didn't you have long hair? And you were drinking, right?
Yeah.
And I was probably a nut job.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, but I cut my hair off and I quit drinking. He goes, when I cut my hair off and quit drinking, my entire life changed. I never looked back. And I was like 3 months sober when he told me that.
Amazing.
And I never looked back. And I don't think I've ever seen him since that day, but thank you.
Thank you to Ice-T.
Yeah.
Amazing. And Namjeen, thank you for watching. You're amazing. For those of you that are just joining, you're probably like, who's this guy that's on the couch with Sally? Normally I Zoom people in. Every once in a while I'll bring somebody into the studio because Camille and I are becoming good friends. She's your publicist. I brought him in, so I'm excited to have Namjeen here. Diego's here. And Exploring Pudgy says, well, I'm happy you're sober. Huge shout out. That's awesome. But beer shouldn't be classed as alcohol. And that one thing I'm never giving up. That's okay. It's not about not drinking. It's about abusing the alcohol, correct?
Yes. Yes, there's a difference between someone having a few drinks a week opposed to 10 drinks 3 nights a week, or a complete raging alcoholic drinking every day. You know?
Absolutely.
And I think I was in the 3 to 4 nights a week kind of guy.
Yeah.
And, you know, depending on the week or the month, you know, how much I would take in, and, you know, and that was not good. And I don't look back and regret it, because I've learned so much from it, and it's made me a better person. And I think I've, you know, from stopping the alcohol and in drinking bad leads to eating bad, leads to making bad choices. I look younger than I did when I was in my 30s, you know, so I feel like it's really been a helpful progress for me to stop.
Absolutely.
7 years is a long time.
That's a long time. Good
Yeah.
for you. And then did you do a liver cleanse after you decided, you know, clean it up, start fresh with the liver? Yeah.
Yes, I cleaned up my entire life.
Good for you.
Yeah, and thank God I'm okay. I'm healthy as an ox.
Yes, good for you.
Yeah, thank you.
You're like my brother from another mother over here, my Boricua brother right here. So congratulations on that. That's pretty amazing. So for those of you just joining, I'm with Lorenzo Antanucci, because we have people come and go all the time. I wonder if my family's here. I texted my Boricua family. I said, what's up, man? Come on live. Let's see if my family comes on. If any of my family is here, go into the chat. Let me know that you're watching right now. Friday night, I do this show. It's a game show, and I have the wheel here. We do a bunch of giveaways. And last Friday, I think my entire family came in. I think 3 out of the 8 that were here won something, and it was just super fun. But so I do this show every Wednesday from 1 to 3, and I usually have authors. As you see, I have my books in the back. It's called Sally's Book Club, but I've extended it out for my audience. So now I have actors here, I have producers, movie people. So we're actually gonna play the oh, my nephew's here. See, Boricua Whippa. What's up, Joseph? Tell all your friends to come on. I got a Boricua on the couch with me. I'm going to show a quick clip from your show. Let's just check it out really quickly. Let me go right here. We got all these, let's see here. Here we go.
All the gadgets?
All the gadgets. Let's play this video, I think.
Ex-girlfriend Rachel was Puerto Rican.
Really?
No,
I love
somebody
it.
Oh,
really?
My ex.
Do you ever miss it?
Welcome to the City of Angels. Don't let the name fool you.
So that was a preview of Paradise City with Lorenzo Antonucci. Hey. So it looks like it's a great show. I actually watched it last night. If you guys are not aware, Paradise City is on Amazon Video. So if you have Amazon Prime, you can get it for free. If you don't have Amazon Prime, it's like $2.99. It's worth the watch. Make sure you guys check that out. You get introduced in to season 1, right? Only a season 1 so far. Hopefully they're going to bring a season 2. Have you heard anything yet?
We're gearing up.
Crossing
to
the
something.
fingers.
Yeah, we're crossing the fingers.
Sending the prayers up.
Yeah.
So make sure that you guys are watching. It's season 1. You get introduced in episode 2.
Mm-hmm.
And in episode 2, you actually drive up in a... What are those things called?
RV.
An RV, which is so funny because you know that every band, they don't start with a tour bus, people.
No.
Okay?
The ones that do, they don't know how to... They don't
You
know how
gotta graduate to a tour bus.
You gotta start in the
right?
car to the van, the van to the RV, the RV to the bus.
That's awesome! Oh my
Yes.
gosh! And then listen, you really gotta be making the buku bucks to get the bus though, because those tour buses are expensive.
$1,200 a day.
Come on.
On a cheap one.
On a cheap one.
Yeah.
Did you guys do tour buses?
Yeah, we did.
With the bunks, there's like 10 bunks in there.
We would do them all the time in Europe, but in the U.S. we had a handful times of doing them, and then mostly we would do RVs. It was cheaper, but now they have bandwagons. Is another. It's like in between an RV and a bus. It's like it's a modified version of a hybrid of an RV and a bus.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
You know what's so funny is that my trainer, I have a trainer, his name is Micah. He's going to be on the show one day, but he actually bought an ambulance, an old ambulance.
Whoa.
It's an actual ambulance. And he has the back. He's going to turn it into, I think, a studio, like a mobile studio or something.
Oh, that's cool.
Come on now.
You could do anything.
You know what? I think he only paid like $4,000 for it, and he's gonna like convert it. But anyway, that's a whole nother thing. But that's kind of funny. So there's a part in the show where the lead guy, besides you're one of the leads. What's the guy's name? That's the rock star in the.
Annie Black.
Okay, so there's a part in there where a girl shows up with a baby because I guess he got a girl pregnant because like, I'm not trying to profile rock stars, but, a lot of them don't even know they have kids, okay? Because they go from city to city, and there's a bunch of fangirls, and they be doing stuff in the trailer, or in this bus, or whatever. Or in the ambulance, whatever.
Or in the car.
The car of your choice, or in the car, the Bug, the Volkswagen Bug. And so there's a scene in there where she brings the baby to the record label, and the manager or the label executive, he's like, wait a minute. So he's got to hide the baby now. He doesn't want anyone to know that his star, who's about to blow up, right? The album's about to come out, that he has a baby now, so he's got to hide the baby. So
he's trying to fix things with his baby moms.
Right.
Not with his baby mom, with his current girlfriend that he wants to, in theory, marry.
He wants to marry. He wants to get engaged. We wouldn't want to tell you the whole plot of episode 2, but how many times has that happened that you know of with either yourself or some friends? Let's talk about that. How many? Do you even know if you have any kids in other cities?
I don't have kids in other cities.
Right, got it.
Don't. I want a family one day, but I don't have kids yet.
Okay. That you know of.
Stories,
no, I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm just messing
these
with
stories, I mean, you never know, right?
Yeah.
But these stories are definitely real.
Real.
They happen.
Heck yeah.
And I mean, sometimes it's the wrong guy. and the wrong guy is getting accused of,
That's true.
And the girl could be, sleeping with a different band member. Just the
because
rotation.
anyone could say anything. Anyone could accuse you of anything, right? If you want some attention in the media, you reach out to a TMZ, which, by the way, I'm gonna have a TMZ guy here with me one day. I already reached out to him. So how much has TMZ, like, do they ever try to come after you?
No, I mean, not for me, but I mean, I'm
You're not dramatic enough. You're not fighting in the streets in front of Mr. Childs or Craig.
I'm not cool enough.
Right, that's right. You are cool enough. They just don't know about you yet. But
yes, correct.
Yes, come on now. You know what? If you're just joining me, Exploring Pudgy says, close your ears, Diego. What are you talking about? That's right. So if you're just joining me, Andy and Natasha made
Paradise City
Lorenzo a mug that says Paradise City. Okay, this is how we got to do it. So I think you got to put the pillow in front of it, right?
Okay.
All right. So do it in front of the pillow, so people can see it.
Block the face.
You got to block the face too. Dang. Okay, that's a lot. Forget it. It says Paradise City.
Yeah, we'll post it. Oh wait.
There you go. Perfect.
There
it is, Paradise City. So it says Sway TV on one side and Paradise City. He's drinking some café con leche.
Yeah.
And Lorenzo,
oat milk.
and with oat milk. That's right. And Lorenzo is part Italian and part Puerto Rican. You guys know I'm Puerto Rican. I'm always talking about it. Boricua. We were talking about Puerto Rico. Some of the Puerto Rican food. Arroz con gandule, con pollo guisado, malta goya. What are some of the other things? Quenepa. I can't believe you said quenepas.
Yo.
Oh my God. Explain quenepas to the audience.
I mean, quenepa is like, it's kind of sweet too, but
Right?
it's like these little, like kind of a grape inside of a
shell.
Inside of a
Like a
shell
little
that you
shell,
find
yeah.
these things hanging. And I don't think they're only in Puerto Rico, right?
I think they're only in Puerto Rico, yeah.
And then when you pull them out of the tree, or when you buy them, you crack these shells open, and there's this like slimy.
It's kind of slimy.
And then you eat it, and it's like it tastes great, but I mean, I'm sure it's really so much sugar that you don't need.
Oh yeah. And I think that it's like you have to almost be Puerto Rican to even like it.
Yeah.
It's like Malta. Like I tried,
yeah.
like my kids are Puerto Rican because they're half white and half Puerto Rican, so they're Puerto Rican.
Mm-hmm.
So I try to get them to drink Malta Goya. They're not my ex-husband not having it. They think it's the grossest thing.
Oh wait, I'm gonna wait.
What?
Coco Rico.
Coco Rico. For
That's
those of you
another
that don't know, Coco Rico is another drink from Puerto Rico. We're known for our coconuts.
Mm-hmm.
We are known for our coconuts. Like you can go to Puerto Rico and go on the island and little parts like Altabella and places like that where they'll just take the machete and they'll go with the coconut, put a straw in it, fresh
Drink right
coconut,
out.
baby,
Yeah.
just right out of the coconut. I love that. So I'm with Antonio, Lorenzo. See, look, I did it again. Antonio. I'm with Lorenzo Antonucci from the hit show on Amazon Video called Paradise City. It's such a great show. It's super fun. Like, what episode has been the most fun you shooting so far?
I mean, wow. I mean, to go back to shooting this show and the amount of hours, I think it was about 15 hours a day on an average for 39 to 45 days of shooting, just the shooting part of principal photography.
Right.
Not everything, in development up into writing, up into that, but then post-production. But I think the most fun was when the days would be with all the actors were there, and it would be fun to have all those fun conversations and everybody being together. There was a lot of, the performance days were fun with Cameron Boyce, because God rest his soul, he passed away, Cameron Boyce, and he plays opposite me. I play opposite him. And he was a wonderful actor. He was only 20 years old.
Wow.
And he plays Simon. He was a Disney star.
That was a tough loss because
Brutal.
my kid, I told you, my kids, they were huge fans of his.
Yeah.
So that was a tough loss, all around.
Yeah, he was a sweetheart, and being I think the last day that we shot with him was a fun day. It was a long day, but it was fun up in Granada Hills or in Canoga Park, one of those areas where we shot. And the last time I seen him, it was where we had a lot of our scenes together that day. That was fun because that's a memorable moment, because I'm also playing a character that I based on one of my best friends that died, Paulie.
That's right.
Antoniani. So
I read that.
It was it's crazy how everything's kind of a
Came around, right?
Yeah, it's wild. But I mean, I think all the episodes were fun to shoot, but we didn't really shoot like any other TV show. We shot it like one long movie and chopped it up,
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's just
Okay.
we did it the way we could. I mean, Ash directed every episode.
Okay.
So
That makes. I mean,
That's
it definitely helps with the budget.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Right.
I mean, the budget was the budget. The budget.
Let's talk about the budget.
The budget was what it was. I mean, it was. That's.
You had like $10 per episode.
15.
$15 per
15
episode.
bucks an episode. We made it look beautiful though.
It looked great.
No, we did it for high end, and it looks it looks like it belongs on any other platform, and I think we did a great job.
Yeah.
Given the time,
absolutely,
and resources and money we had, we all came together. And shout out to the 200 people, 200 to 300 people that were involved with it.
Oh,
you know,
wow, that many people?
Yeah, because
is that extras,
from cast,
the cast,
from,
crew,
from background,
okay,
from the crew, from all the actors. I mean, we had 100 and something actors on it alone.
Oh, wow.
We had background days of doing those big live days, and those that footage would be at least 50 to 100 background.
Ooh,
you know,
that's a lot to wrangle.
And a lot to delegate.
Absolutely.
Feed, and we have to feed all these people.
You got to feed them all. So, Domino's Pizza, $5 pizzas.
Exactly. And we gave them good food. I mean,
you did?
We
good
fed,
catering?
Yeah, the catering was on fire.
See, that makes all the difference on set.
The catering was on fire. What I want to hone in on is those people, like the PAs, the grips, the electric, those people, they were just as tired. They were just as hungry. They were just as exhausted. They were just as burnt out as everybody else. And when the show is done, they don't reap the benefits like we do. You know what I mean? Like, the show's out, and now, we're doing interviews and everything else. So shout out to them, because they don't get no love for it. And I love you guys for that, because that's the hardest job. Without them, we ain't making it.
That's right.
The makeup girls.
That's right.
The girls who do your makeup, the girls that do your wardrobe, they don't I mean,
shout them out.
Thank God there's nominations for those categories and everything, but
it wasn't always that way though.
I know, it's just starting now.
It's just starting now, which is fabulous.
I'm bringing it up, and and without the people that drive you, or the people that do the work that nobody really wants to do and that really sucks to do.
Yeah.
But you do it because you love the business and you want to elevate, and starting from the bottom is how you get to the top. Skipping and I mean, like trying to advance through, like going from kindergarten to college. It don't work.
It don't work. I started as an extra. My very first thing I ever did was on the set of With Honors. I don't even think you remember that.
Yeah, I remember.
With Honors with Joe Pesci.
Yeah.
I was an extra, and then Joe Pesci saw me from the back, and he said, "Bring that girl to the front." And I ended up being the featured extra with Joe Pesci. I'm actually on the back of the DVD of With Honors, so if you get that, you can see me. I'm dancing with Joe Pesci in my pajamas. It was like a fraternity party or something. It was Brendan Fraser, and so that was my very first.
Melissa Prophet, she manages Joe Pesci. She's managed him for 35
Seriously?
years. Yeah.
So here's the funny thing, and so that was in Chicago because I'm from Chicago, and then when so that was my very first extra job. Moved out to LA. My very first paying job was also with Joe Pesci. 8 heads in a duffel bag.
Oh, were you in it?
Yes, I played the Spanish maid. The one that
finds the head.
In the hotel room? That's me. Come on. Yes. So all my lines are in Spanish, and so I find the 8 heads under the bed, and I'm like, what is this? Yeah.
I just watched it.
I'm still getting checks for that. My residual checks.
Well, I just watched it, so maybe I gave you a piece.
Oh, that's right. Thank you. I probably get every once in a while I'll get a check for like $1.50 or whatever.
I was $1.50.
Oh, $1.50.
You can buy coffee with that.
I did Family Matters. Like I did Young and the Restless. I've done some. I did acting when I first moved out here. Yeah, and then I moved back behind the scenes. Anyway, so do you see yourself? Speaking of behind the scenes, so you're also a writer, executive producer. You think you'll be directing any of the episodes? Maybe season 2?
I mean, we've talked about. I mean, I've talked with. I mean, internally.
Do you have a desire? I guess
I have a desire.
Okay.
I've mentioned it once to the creator that I would like to do it. But it wasn't my time, and I'm going to. Maybe I will, but I'm going to direct something at some point.
Good for you.
I'm going to do whatever I want.
Absolutely. I love that.
I don't think anybody can stop me from doing anything but myself.
No. No way. You're Boricua, just that alone.
Stallone did everything.
Yes, he did.
Stallone is a master at everything.
Yes.
He mastered acting. He wrote masterpieces.
Everything.
He produced masterpieces, and he directed masterpieces. So to me,
if he could do it, hey.
Yeah.
So wait, is he one of your inspirations in the industry?
One of my biggest, and he's a friend. So
is he really?
Yeah.
How cool is that to have somebody that has inspired your entire career?
15,
when did
20
you? Okay, I
times.
need to know. Like, when did you first meet him? What was that like?
Well, so shout out to Nicky C, another Boricua Italian. That's my brother right there. Nikki C is his partner, and you know, would bring me to the house and help with a lot of the business that they do together, and help, you know, just be around them and just have that, feel that energy. And he'd taken a liking to me, and he's given me, you know, in just conversations, advice on what to do with acting, and he told me not to do my own stunts. You know,
really? What do you think about that?
Well, he says
because he did his own stuff.
He's hurt from it now. He's feeling it now, and he told me to, you know, because I do love to run, and he's like, be careful on running. You're gonna hurt your knees, and everything he says was right, and things like that. You know, it's just wonderful to be around a human. I mean, there's no feeling like being around that guy. Like what? I mean, there's no going there at any given time. It still feels like it's the first time being around him, because it's just like you are around probably one of the biggest and only living legends till to this day.
Royalty.
He is the biggest legend.
Absolutely.
He's the legend of all legends.
Yes.
And he is still looks you in the eye, talks to you, wants to know how you're doing.
I know he hangs out around where we are actually right now. I'm not going to say where because I don't want people like stalking him, but I've seen him. Andy and I go out every once in a while for dinner after we shoot, and I've seen him in a couple of the restaurants in the area we go to. But he's always around. His brother plays at Vibrato, which is Frankie, which is Eden Alpert, who's a friend of ours. We love her restaurant. We try to go there. The food is fantastic, so check that out. So you put the intention out to meet Sylvester Stallone, so I'm gonna put the intention out to meet finally one of my favorite, because I'm gonna meet her. I'm one degree of separation from her right now, and that's my girl J-Lo. What's up, J-Lo? I know she just broke up with A-Rod. Maybe now getting back with maybe not. I don't know. Listen, if I was life coaching her, because I'm also a certified life coach, I would say, J-Lo, give it a rest a little bit. Take a breather. Breathe a little bit. Hang out by yourself. Get to know you before you go back to Ben. So I do love them together. I will say I do love them together. They're one of my favorite. But I just wish that she would take a little bit of a breather, you know? But sometimes we want to put a Band-Aid. It feels uncomfortable. We want to be comfortable again, so we, you know, go into something too quickly. So listen, J-Lo, call me. Free coaching just for you. So one of my closest guy friends is Angelo Pagan, who's married to Leah Remini. Leah Remini and J-Lo are best friends. So I'm like 1 degree of separation from J-Lo. So I will be meeting her one day, and I'll let you know when that happens. Maybe I'll have her on the couch.
I walked by her at the Soho.
You walked by her.
I was walking back, and I was like,
you're like, please. Did you say anything?
No, I don't do that. I don't.
But it's J-Lo.
I know, but
I don't do that either. But if I see J-Lo,
she was with
she was with A-Rod. Okay,
I was in that. I mean, I'm a Yankee fan. I was like, oh my god, it's fucking awesome. You know, but I don't do that, because Benny's we share the same locker room with Benny Medea, and you know he's another Boricua.
Yes. I met Benny. I have met Benny before.
Yeah, he's a good man.
Haven't met J-Lo, but I have met Benny. Yeah.
And I would love to meet J-Lo. I mean, I would love to work with her one day. You know, she's another living legend.
Absolutely.
I mean, come on, what she's done. Coming from nothing, it's like if she's Stallone as a female.
Yeah, you know she started at the bottom.
Nothing.
Started at the bottom. Yep.
It's really hard to come into this business with nothing.
Yep.
With nothing.
Yeah.
You know, if you don't got even a mother or a father that could say, "Here's 20 grand.
Yes.
Good luck. Here's 10 grand. Good luck." Not even that.
Right.
You know what I mean? Coming in here with fucking excuse me.
Beep. Nothing.
$5. Woo.
Listen, everybody comes to LA with some money in the bank, right? I came in with $1,000 and a dream. How much was in your bank when you came in?
I think 700.
700. See, I feel like it's right around that 100, like 800 to 1,000 to 2,000. I came with 1,000. I didn't know what the heck I was doing. You know, it was crazy. And then here I am. So that was 25 years later. How long have you been in LA?
7 years.
7 years. From where were you from?
Queens.
Oh, you're from Queens. That's right. Of course. You're
raised
Boricua.
I was born in East New York, where there's
my mom is from Queens.
And then we moved to Queens when I was about 3 or 4. So I was, birthed in Brooklyn and raised in Queens, but I'm the borderline of Queens and Brooklyn. So I'm
So you didn't know Jenny from the block when you were out there?
No, well, the Bronx is far.
Oh, it's far.
But my first, my ex-wife was from the Bronx.
Okay.
You know, and from uptown, so both very close to each other. And she's from Soundview, which is close to where I think J-Lo's from, because she's from the South Bronx.
Right,
so,
right.
Yeah, I've never met her in person.
One day. We're
One
gonna put,
day,
you know
I'm
what?
telling you, one
You know
day.
what? Let's put that out with intention. Both of us, we're both gonna meet her one day. Maybe you're gonna do a movie with her. Maybe I'm gonna direct her in a movie. I don't know. We're gonna
You
put that out
never
right
know.
now. You never know, cause why not?
And,
I always say that. Why not?
And we're Boricua.
And we're Boricua.
He's gonna have
And
a
we're gonna make her a J-Lo mug. I
Shout out
love
to
it.
all the Boricuas.
Shout out, yes, my nephew. I wonder if he's still here. Joseph, if you're still here, let us know. Yes, this is like Puerto Rican power going on right now with my boy Lorenzo Antonucci. Am I saying it right?
Antonucci, yeah.
Antonucci, right?
Yeah,
Am I saying it right? Okay, all right.
Yeah, it's Antonucci if you're
Antonucci.
like. But Antonucci.
Hey, Antonucci. Hey, if you're Puerto Rican, it's Antonucci, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Like,
I love that I'm surrounded by Puerto Rican women.
Yes.
Lifting me up. Jasmine, my PR.
Yeah.
Camille,
Yes.
PR.
Yes.
Like that team, the team of Puerto Rican
So
women.
cool.
You accepted having me on the show.
Absolutely.
And J-Lo one day, hopefully. we can work
J-Lo,
together.
call us.
Yeah, I mean.
Call us.
Yo.
My phone's right here. I'm waiting
all
for
the
your
Puerto
call.
Ricans, you know, like we are such a small but big community.
Yes.
Such a big island. We have such a strong personality.
For sure.
And
We're so
and
passionate.
of our
We're
flag.
lovers of people. We're firecrackers.
Can I still wear these waters?
Yes, you can.
Oh, please.
We're firecrackers. Like, we cook really well. We're good moms, but our kids don't get away with nothing. Let me tell you right now, okay? When my daughter tries to sneak out of the house, like, I got the cameras, you know? I'm like, where are you going? ¿Dónde vas? You know? So our kids don't get away with anything.
I love that you said Puerto Rican.
Puerto
Shout out to
Rican.
Drea Di Matteo. She's una Italiana,
Is she Puerto Rican?
but she's always raised with all Puerto Ricans.
Oh,
And
is she
she's
East
like,
Coast?
I'm Puerto Rican. She's from Queens.
Oh,
yeah.
she's from Queens.
Drea
Of course,
from The Sopranos. Yeah.
No, I love her on the show, actually. She's really good on the show.
Yeah, she's on Paradise
she's-
City.
yes,
I'm
hello.
like sitting here at The Sopranos, Sons of Anarchy. I forgot
No,
she's on our show.
she's so good. I love her
Yeah.
on every show she does. She's fabulous.
Yeah.
So tell me, like, season 2, we're putting it out. We're putting that out with intention
Yes.
as well.
Yes.
Is there like a time?
Amazon. Yo,
Amazon, hello.
Come on, let's
Let's
what's
go,
going on?
Amazon. If you're listening, we
The
need
show's
a season.
kicking ass.
That's right. You cursed again. We don't have a beeper, so sorry. Beep. That's a delayed beep.
Kicking butt.
We're
Sorry.
kicking butt. And so listen, we have season 1 of Paradise City. Lorenzo Antonucci is with us today. He's one of the leads. He's one of the writers, one of the executive producers on the show. Season 1 is on Amazon Video. Make sure you guys check that out. He gets introduced in episode 2. He plays a rock star. He's amazing in it. I love your part in it. It's so cool.
Thank you.
I'm going to continue watching. I watched episode 1 and 2 last night and half of 3 to prepare for today, but I'm going to have to watch the whole thing now because I'm like in it, because I think I stopped when... Ooh, I don't know if I should say this about the ring. Can I mention the ring thing? If nobody's... It's fine.
Well, I mean, you know.
There's an engagement on a Ferris wheel.
You leaving them a little cliffhanger.
Little nugget. There's a scene where he's up on, not him, but one of the other leads is up on what is it? Carousel? Is that what it's called?
Ferris wheel.
Ferris wheel. And Carousel is what you need to go to our items here on Amazon. Check out what we have, the items in our carousel. Anyway, so he's on the Ferris wheel and he drops the ring off the Ferris wheel. He's about to get engaged to this beautiful girl. By the way, she's drop dead gorgeous.
Well, she was Miss Universe.
Holy moly.
Shout out to Olivia Cobo.
She is beautiful.
Yeah, she was Miss Universe. I mean, she's
I had a little girl envy.
Yeah, she's
like,
a wonderful.
dang.
Yeah, she's a wonderful girl.
Is she
too.
cool? Is she
She's
like
mad
cool peeps?
Yes.
That's amazing.
Everyone on the show. Zero ego. Everybody's
That's great.
just, you know, Bella Thorne too. She's
great.
She's
my
a
girls
Cubana.
are fans of hers.
She's a
Is she
Cubana.
really?
Yeah, Cubana.
Oh,
Italiana
I don't
Cubana.
think my girls know that. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know my 2 daughters. I have 2, Bella and Stevie. They're like huge fans of hers.
Natalie Eva Marie is a Mexicana Italiana, and she just got back on WWE Raw. She was on Monday Night Raw yesterday.
That's amazing.
Yeah, she's back into the wrestling stuff. So
I love it. I love seeing my women of color, my men of color on TV, behind the scenes, in front of the camera, all of it.
Yeah.
We need more of that. You know, we need to, as Latinos, as Puerto Ricans, Italians, let's write, you know, for our people. So that's my goal as a filmmaker myself, producer, director. It's hopefully your goal, right?
Yep. Yes.
But we just got to continue on, and let's go to our chat right now because I know the guys are like they're ignoring us. So Exploring Pudgy says we were talking about your the girlfriend Latinas. OMG, ex-girlfriend would cuss me out in Spanish, and I just laughed because I thought it was so cute to see her hot-headed. We are hot-headed. That is true. I'm not gonna deny.
We all are, though. I
We
think
all are.
Men too. I mean,
No, we are.
It's not one-sided. I think we all are.
I agree. And then Diego.
We trigger you guys. We trigger you.
You know what? Let's talk about that for a second.
Straight up, we do it. I'm not gonna sit here and sugarcoat it. We make women crazy.
Yes.
I love hard, but I've made every woman in my life crazy.
Are you still that way though?
No.
Okay, so
No,
you changed. You got.
I'm just saying, no, but we know how to trigger you guys to go.
No, I agree. Listen, there's no argument here. I agree. Okay, and let me tell you something. There is a reason why I did not marry a Latino. Okay, I married a white guy because they're a little bit easy to deal with. We can control a little bit as Latinas, you know, because before I had my transformation, I had some controlling issues as a Latina, and so you know. But anyway, that's neither here or there. I'm divorced now, so obviously that didn't work out great. But Pudgy says 8 Heads in a Duffel Bag. Yes. That is a movie you can actually. Where did you see it last night? You saw it last night?
No, I seen it a couple of months ago.
Okay.
Maybe at the top of the year. Okay. I don't know where it was. It could have been on one of the.
Oh, you could probably find it on like late night cable or something.
Yeah, it was a while since I've seen it before that. So
yeah,
it's fun to.
It's a good movie. It's a good movie.
Fun.
Joe, I got to be with Joe on set for like 2 weeks. He's so awesome. I actually have a picture of me sitting on his lap at the wrap party after we finished filming. It was amazing. I love Joe. I love me some Joe. He was hanging out with all his, mafiosos near the trailer. Come on. Aaron says, hey, watching from Ireland. What's up, Aaron?
All right. Where
Aaron's
I was just in
boy.
Belfast.
Were you really? What were you doing there?
Game of Thrones. Well, not just 2 years ago.
Just Game of Thrones. I like the way you just throw that out. I was in Game of Thrones in Belfast.
Yeah, I mean, I had a plot, you know what I mean? It's
That's amazing.
Yeah,
wait, tell me about that.
Shout out to Dave and Dan for putting me on. And I love those guys as my boys. The two creators are fantastic humans.
Only one of the biggest shows ever, right?
One of the best shows ever.
Yes, and what was your experience on that set?
Amazing. This is a great story. So I go there, and it's amazing just to be, asked to, be a part of anything.
Yes, absolutely.
Anything to do with the show.
It's a huge deal.
And I'm there for 2 hours, say, and we're, going through the makeup, going through wardrobe, and I'm with another American. And I'm like, the whole time I'm just hanging out with another American dude, and everybody else is English or Irish, and it's cool. And I lived in Austria, so I used to tour all over Europe, so I'm used to the world. And and everybody was loving my accent, because I was a New Yorker, and everybody's like, and he's like, hey, everybody loves your accent. Cut to 5 hours later, I'm hanging out with this guy all day. Him and his girlfriend come out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And they're bringing footballs up to him.
What? For what?
And they like to sign it. And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, bro, what do you do? And he's like, oh, I'm the quarterback of the Green Bay Packers.
Oh, wow.
Aaron Rodgers.
I don't know him.
I don't know him. I didn't know him either. And I was like,
Brett Favre is who we know, right?
Or to me, it's like Brady or
Brady.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't know who Aaron Rodgers was.
He's the latest guy. Is he the latest?
He's a big deal.
He's a big deal. Okay. Clearly, I don't watch football.
And his girl was Danica Patrick, who's a big NASCAR
I've heard of her.
I was like, and they were just like, we were together the whole day, and
wow, how fun!
And it was amazing to be on that set, to go through the armories, to take the tour around the entire place in Belfast. I mean, it was just, it was an experience just to be out there for 5 days. Amazing. It was beautiful. It was great. But it was fun to meet Aaron, out of all people, that I didn't know who he was. But the fact that I didn't know who he was probably why him and I clicked. Because people fanboy over that guy.
Oh, of course.
They go crazy over it. So
anything
he probably
sports.
is like really standoffish if people,
sure.
Because
you don't know their intentions.
Yeah. So I was just like, oh, bro, yeah, me too. I should have been a football player in the street. Mama, come here, let's go.
Absolutely.
And it was just like, I love this guy. You know what I mean? So shout out to Aaron Rodgers. Shout out to Game of Thrones.
To Aaron. Game of Thrones.
What a fantastic
yes
TV series.
Yes, and Aaron is like, and it's owned by Britain. They use different money and stuff, but I'd love to go there. He's talking about Belfast. He said he's never been there. Did you go to the Titanic
Yes.
Museum. Okay.
I went to the Titanic. I got
Was it
video.
cool?
The Titanic Museum was phenomenal. I'm a big.
That's amazing.
I love history. I love the whole the story about the Titanic.
Yes, absolutely.
The ending is
I want the
obviously
big
horrible.
blue diamond.
But I was in the museum. It was beautiful. It was
Was it
just
great?
I spent the whole day there, and it shows you it's like where the Titanic. What's the word? I can't
What's the
think-
word? Like where
When it docks
where the
from.
docks from. Okay, got it.
When it-
Sounds like
Is
two
it dock
words.
from? Is that the word? When
I
it
guess,
docks
yeah.
from?
It's good enough.
That was a really cool experience to see where it docked from. It left.
That's so great.
It left, and it never came back. From this,
Never came back.
I got the video of it. I could pull it
That's
up on my phone,
great.
but it's on airplane mode, so it doesn't distract me.
Yeah.
It's
You got
outta
ADD
here.
like me?
Yeah, the phone cannot be near me when
I
I'm doing
agree.
interviews because it's just, for some reason, right now, we're probably getting buzzed. Bzz, 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 different
They're like,
text
we're
messages.
watching you. Just kidding. Aaron says, everyone I know who goes to Belfast, that's the first place they go. Namjeen said, hi, Aaron. Titanic, they were like all friends on the chat.
Right.
So as we come to a close this interview, for those of you just joining me, I'm with Lorenzo Antonucci, and we're coming to a close, and I wanted to know, is there anything I didn't ask you that you want to promote, you want to talk about? Like sometimes I miss something. Is there anything that I didn't get to that you'd like to talk about?
We're shooting Black Helmet, which is one of my dear friends, Zach Merck. He's directing. We got Gabriel Chavaria. I think I'm saying his last name right, but he's from Salina.
Okay.
And he was in the Lowrider movie and Planet of the Apes. We got Danny Trejo.
Nice. He's got a
of-
taco shop, doesn't he?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Danny
oh, yeah.
Tacos.
We got Bianca Santos, a lot of Latinos.
I love that. I love hearing those last names.
Oliver Rayon, he's like a soap star in Mexico.
Amazing.
So he's doing there's a lot more to the cast. We got Gina Gershon, we got Bill Moseley,
Nice.
but that's the cast of
Yeah.
Latinos that are in it, which is
That's fantastic.
It's good that we have because it has like a border town vibe, so it's a Latino story.
Right.
And
when does that? So you're starting to shoot that?
we
or
start to shoot that in June,
in
mid-June.
June. Okay. And then when
Yeah.
is it going to be? So it's a feature?
Yeah, it's a
Okay.
feature.
So it usually
Yeah,
takes
cool.
about a year from
Yeah,
the time. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
And,
so 2022.
yeah, Scarlet, I just did. It's the working title of a pilot that we just shot. Tom Sizemore's in it. Michael Pyar's in it. Michael Starr, all these guys. But Tom Sizemore plays my dad, which is cool. Ed Asner.
That's pretty cool.
A lot of legends in this independent
I love
TV
it.
series. TV pilot
Yeah.
that we shot. That was done in I would say we just wrapped about a week ago.
Okay.
So this is based off of a book called Scarlet. That, and then I just wrapped a Bruce Willis movie.
Nice.
Reactor.
Just
and-
Bruce Willis.
Yeah, it's
Again,
Bruce-
I love the way you just throw that out so casually.
Bruce Willis, Matthew Marsden.
Wow.
Yeah, called Reactor, and then I did another Bruce Willis movie 2 weeks ago. We just finished called White Elephant with
Nice.
Michael Rooker.
So Bruce is like your best friend now.
I mean, I know
mean,
him.
come on.
I know him. He's definitely
Drinks at Craig's with Bruce Willis.
Yeah,
at the bar.
we definitely talk, and he's a wonderful human.
Wow. Good for you. It sounds like
yeah.
you're like killing it right now in the industry.
We're
one thing after the
hitting,
other.
Yeah, we're hitting. It's
Good for you.
It's amazing. That one's directed by Jesse Johnson.
Okay.
Which is and John Malkovich is in it, and Olga
He's a big name.
Kurylenko. Yeah.
Amazing.
He's nominated for like 2 Oscars or 3 Oscars. That guy.
Dang.
He's a savage. I love it.
You're a savage.
I'm honored just
You're
to be
a
in the room
savage.
with everybody
Come on,
that shows
Lorenzo.
the love. Thank you.
This is great.
I want to work and be around good people because yes, Hollywood can be brutal.
Yes,
the
it
egos
can.
be disgusting.
Absolutely.
And your own friends could have the worst egos, and you just
Yes.
gotta. It is what it is, and it's kind of it's a sad business at the same time. It's one of the hardest and the best if you're killing it. So
absolutely.
Yeah.
I wouldn't change a thing about the decision to come out to LA, all that stuff. But like you, I agree. It's a very, very tough business. The projection that comes with it, you know, the drugs, the alcohol, all the stuff. I'm going to share one quick story. I was shooting a nonprofit video in San Diego, and it was a homeless shelter. And one of my friends, I needed like someone to do grip for me, lighting and stuff. And my friend who runs the center said, there's a guy who's homeless here who used to be in Hollywood. He was a grip in Hollywood on major films like Star Wars and like major. And I said, wait, what? So I said, let me have his phone number. I actually hired him, homeless guy from the shelter that used to be in Hollywood. What? That's a crazy story. So I hired him that day. I hired him for 2 days. We shot the whole thing. He was like, you have no idea. Like, you just gave me life back again. And hopefully he gets out of that shelter and comes back to Hollywood. But it was because of the drinking and the alcohol. It was the alcohol and the drugs. So he came in, he wasn't doing any of that. And then it got a little bit crazy. He was doing all these major films. And then, you know, on set, they were like, hey, da-da-da-da. And then he fell. He fell. So, you know, if you come to Hollywood, if you decide you want to come to Hollywood, just make sure you're strong in your heart and your soul. You have a good foundation so you don't get stuck. You don't end up like my friend who's now become my friend. And I'm going to do everything I can to try to get more gigs for him because he's a great he's pro guy,
That's a
pro
great
grip.
story.
Isn't that a great story?
To hear that giving life back into him.
Absolutely.
You know,
and I paid him. Which he was, you know, I was like, of course I'm gonna pay you. Why wouldn't? He's like, no. Like, I said, no, I'm paying you. You know what I mean? So hopefully that brought him enough life for him to get back into the industry and do it the right way. But yeah, it's a story of redemption, you know? So thank you guys all for joining us. This is Lorenzo Antonucci, and he has a show on Amazon Video called Paradise City. You can check out season 1 is on there. He's introduced in episode 2. It's a fantastic show. He plays a rock star. I mean, that's awesome. Just that alone. And it's, thank you for being on the show.
Well, thank you for having me. I'm honored to be on Sway TV.
Fellow Latino.
The Paradise City Cup. We can't express how awesome this is.
Wait, put it towards you. I think you can see it better when you put like towards you, like by your chest, by the black. Yeah. There you go. See, look. Look at how clear that is. He's drinking coffee. Andy and Natasha made him his own mug. It's Sway on one side and Paradise City on the other, so that you can remember us. Take us with you.
Yeah.
Take us home with you.
This is gonna be the
Absolutely.
first or second thing I post.
Yeah. So listen, Amazon, if you're listening right now, we need season 2 of Paradise City. We would appreciate that. J-Lo, he wants to like be in a movie with you. I want to direct you in a film. Call us. Look, my phone is right here. I'm ready for your call. Bring it on, J-Lo. We do love you. I do love you with Ben, but maybe give it a little bit of a rest before you do that. So thank you again, Lorenzo, for being with me, my fellow Boricua. We'll have to have, you know what? Season 2, if it comes in, we'll bring you back. We'll talk about season 2. But thanks again for being with us.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
This was awesome.
Yes.
Thanks and everybody a part of this.
Yes, and thank you guys all for watching Sally's Book Club. We're here. Aaron's like, I thought I was only 5 minutes late. No, Aaron, we start at 1:30, Aaron. I'm here every Wednesday at 1:30 Pacific Standard Time. I know you're in Australia, but put it in your calendar so you're not late. So we'll see you next time on Sally's Book Club. Don't forget to sway. And remember, above all, it's all about love, baby. Love you all.
It's all about love. Love.
Make sure you guys follow Sway TV. Follow Sway right here. Ooh, it's this way, sorry. Corey says, thank you, Sway TV. Shakira says, thank you, Sway. Yes, guys, it is so much fun. We love Sway TV.
Talk to all your friends and your family. Let them know about Sway TV.
Enjoy the rest of your day. You can have a Tambay party.
Thank you, Sway TV.
Amazon Live! Woo!
Such a great time with all of you. Shop Attainment.
all the time.
We in the house, we having fun, we doing the thing, we swaying.
So much fun hanging out with me on Sway TV, on Amazon Live.
2 thumbs up. Woo!
Let's sway.
Let's sway.
Let's sway.
Let's sway. Let's sway.
Let's sway. Let's sway.
Let's sway.
Let's sway.
Let's sway.
Let's sway. Let's sway. Let's sway.
Let's go, let's sway, stay tuned! Woo!